Hi, Adam Savage in my cave. It's a beautiful San Francisco day. It is roughly 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am taking questions from tested patrons. Today's question is on the subject of my employment at George Lucas's legendary effects firm, Industrial Light and Magic. And this one comes from Matthew Winchell. Matthew says, as an 18-year-old looking for a career in animatronics, did you have any experience with animatronics at ILM? And he adds that he is making a full-scale, fully functional BB-8. Full marks for your ambition, Matthew. I, like everybody else, was astonished when we first saw BB-8 in the trailer, and then learned that it was, in many cases, a practical bot. That is beautiful. And it's amazing to me that Lucasfilm could go into Force Awakens thinking, we're gonna make a new robot that everyone loves, and succeeded. It just totally blows my mind. But of course, you got a similar team. You got Doug Tang, you got Ben Burt. You know, these guys are making beautiful stuff. I did get a chance to work on some animatronics at Industrial Light and Magic, at Industrial Light and Magic, and they were the animatronics for the world's greatest MacGuffin, R2D2. Yeah! Ha! I'm not sure if we can show this picture that I've got, but if we can, here it is. That's a picture of me working on R2D2. So this is for a sequence in episode, I actually can't remember if it's episode 1 or 2, but at any rate, R2D2 goes to the outside of the Queen's ship, that silver ship that looks like a blackbird, and he uses his little proboscis to like bypass a power coupler or something like that in the outside of the ship. And for this, Mike Lynch was running this job. Don Bees was the head of the R2 group, and he was working on the arm mechanics because there was a box at ILM of all of R2D2's arms. Yeah, seriously. And like, Don's, come on over here, and he opens up the box, and it's like the arm that he fought Yoda with. It's like the data coupler from Empire. It's all of the arms you have ever seen R2D2 stick out of his body are sitting in this drawer. So Don was working on that. And there was an R2D2 built back in London in the early days that had pneumatics that could do a 2 to 3 leg conversion. For the uninitiated, R2D2 is both a 2-legged and 3-legged bot. In its 2-legged formation, it stands upright, and whenever Kenny Baker was performing inside R2D2, that is how he was performing. So whenever R2D2's on 3 feet, Kenny's not in that R2. There's no room for him. But when he's standing up like this and he's doing this, that's Kenny Baker performing R2. For all the driving shots, he can't drive standing up. He'd probably fall over from the momentum. So he has the center leg that comes out and creates that R2D2 keep on trucking stance. And this was one of the very few times they wanted R2 to go. I got a little light kick there. There we go. They wanted R2D2 to actually do I didn't fix it. They wanted R2D2 to do the 2 to 3 leg conversion on camera. And there was this London R2 that could do that. So Don gave that to me to manage and fix. Difficulty. It was press fit air fittings, and they were British, which means they were metric. And the difference between metric and imperial press fit air fittings is significant yet imperceptible. Right. So you could be holding a piece of hose that looks and feels in every way identical. You could be holding a piece of imperial hose that looks and feels in every way identical to the metric hose, but they might be off by a fraction of a millimeter in terms of their diameter, and that fraction will keep them from working with each other's hardware. I'm telling you this because as I tried to make R2 work, what ended up happening was there was one hose missing, and in replacing that, excuse me just a second, as I was saying, in trying to make this European metric pneumatic system inside R2 work to make the cylinders and the timing work so he could kick out a leg, kick himself back, and drive on 3 legs, I had to effectively rebuild the entire pneumatic system because I couldn't scab English and metric together. That just was not going to scan. I had to pull out all the parts, re-diagram out the air path and the electrical diagram, and effectively rewire him. And when I did, here, I'm going to continue this one near my R2D2 because he's here. There he is. Look at him. What a beautiful boy. Or girl. I don't know. What is R2's gender? R2 is, when I was first building this, my friend Davey was like, you're building a happiness machine for, if R2D2 is in your house, how could one ever have a sad thought? And I kind of agree. At any rate, so that's the center leg I'm talking about. The pneumatic system inside this R2 is just 2 cylinders. One that activated to change this angle, and the second that shoved that foot out. And reader, I would like to report to you that when that mechanism activated, this thing was terrifying. R2, not this one, the one I was working on at ILM, was terrifying. It was funk, funk. I mean, you wanted all your hands and feet away from him when he did that. Because I wasn't hired to build a 2 to 3 leg conversion. I was hired to get one working. I might have chosen a different methodology had I been able to design the system from scratch, but I had to work with something that had been built before I got there and make it work. And we did. We totally did. That 2 to 3 leg conversion, you can see, while I think it's digitally sped up, it was genuine, and we did do it on set, and I was there that day. It was really, really cool. Thank you so much for that awesome question. I am very excited that you are making a fully functional, aesthetically accurate BB-8. That is definitely something I would like to try someday. I'm sorry, and this was asked by Matthew Winchell. Young Matthew Winchell, good luck to you, sir. And tested patrons, thanks for the great questions. I will see you guys next time.